Hi, this is the Roulette Master, and today I want to show you how to play roulette like a pro, which means you're not just going to use one system, you're going to use the system that fits the situation the best. So you're going to look for triggers and ways to, really increase your chances of winning. So the first trigger that I see would be that the last few spins have all been in the first 12. So I would start out by betting $10 on the second 12 and third 12 because I'm betting against that first 12.
No more bets.
Okay, and we hit. Great. So that's a great sign. So let's go ahead and do that one more time.
No more bets.
$18 red. All right. Let's rebet that.
No more bets.
And at the same time, I'm looking for other triggers. And
no more bets.
what I mean by that is, and we won again, I'm looking for other triggers, which would mean like things that are happening in a row that are like, so that I can bet against them. So this is a good time to bet on black because the last three have been red. So that's a great time to start martingale on black.
No more bets.
Great. 28. Okay. So the reason I say that's because when there's three reds in a row and you start with black, instead of the normal 8 in a row it might take for you to bust, it would actually take 11 in a row of red to bust. So that was a really good strategy there. If I look at the 28 and the 14, the last few that were rolled, those are in different categories, so that's not really a trigger. So let's stay on the black until we see
no more bets.
Something that would prompt us to use a different system. Okay, so we did lose that one on red, so we would need, since we're using martingale on that, we would need to go to $20 on black.
No more bets.
Okay, so now we would go to $40 on black.
No more bets.
All right, and we hit. So now let's look for any more triggers that we can use to our advantage. So 22 was the last to hit. 9 was before that. Those are in different categories, so that's not really a trigger there. If I look at columns, 22 and 9 are in different columns, so that's not really a trigger. So if you can't find one, it's always good to go with the opposite color. So let's start with 10 on red.
No more bets.
14 red. All right, good win. All right, so let's go 10 on black now. Or actually, I see a trigger. We have a 14 and a 22. They're in the same middle grid there. So we're going to go that direction. We're going to bet against that grid. So we're going to put 10 in the first 12, 10 in the third 12, and spin.
No more bets.
Seven red. All right, and we won. So now 7 and 14 were the last two. They're in different grids, so that's not a trigger there. We have 2 reds in a row. Let's see, 7 and 14. They're in different columns, so that's not a trigger. So that's when we need to go with the opposite color and bet $10
No more
on
bets.
black. We got 21 red, so that means we need to double the bet on black.
No more bets.
All right, and we hit. So let's see what the next trigger is here. 15 and 21 were the last two, which Okay, great. They're in the same grid. They're in the middle, so we're going to bet against that grid and use triple martingale on the first 12 and the third 12.
No more bets.
So as you can see, it works much better if you use all of your systems and use the ones, great, another win. Use the ones that fit the situation best rather than just using the same system over and over again. You have to be able to adapt and look at different areas that can help you as you're playing. So let's look at 29 and 15 were the last two. So 29 and 15, they're obviously in different grids. They're in different columns. So I don't really see anything there. So that's when you go with the opposite color. So let's do $10
No
on
more
red.
bets.
All right, great hit there. So 29 and 36 were the last two that hit. And they are in the same grid there. So our next bet would be to do triple martingale and bet against the third 12. So just like that.
No more bets.
$28 black. Okay, so we did lose that one, so we would need to stick with that. Since they're still all in the third 12, we're going to bet against the third 12, but we have to triple the bet. So $30
No
on
more
each.
bets.
And spin there. 5 red. All right, and we hit. So that's great. So now we're looking at 5 and 28 is the last two. Let's see, 5 and 28. They're not in the same column. They're not in the same grid. Nothing really there, so that's when we go with the opposite color, so $10 on black.
No more bets.
$18 red. Okay, so we're going to go double on black.
No
for
more
$20. All right, got 33. So let's look at the numbers again. The last two are 33 and 18. So let's look at 33 and 18. They're obviously in different grids. 33 and 18 are in the same column. So let's bet against that column. So we'll do 10 here and 10 here, and we'll bet up against the first column with triple martingale.
No more bets.
11 black. All right, and we won. So great. So now we're looking at the 11 and the 33. Obviously, they're in different grids. They're in different columns. Don't see anything there. So we're going to go with a red bet against after the two blacks.
No
there.
more bets.
$28 black. Okay, so we're going to stick with red and double the bet to
No
20.
more bets.
All right, we hit 36 red. So now let's look at the last two numbers, 36 and 28. And those are all in the third grid. So we want to use triple martingale and bet against the third grid.
No more bets.
Okay, and we lost that one. So that would mean we have to triple the bet against the third 12 over there.
No more bets.
$7 red. All right, so we won. So now we're looking at 7 and 30. 7 and 30, they're in different columns. They're not in the same 12 or grid. And there's nothing there. We do have 3 reds in a row. Let's see, 7 and 30. So we need to go with black, $10.
No more bets.
$16 red. So we're going to double the bet on black.
No more bets.
All right, we hit. Okay, so let's see what the next bet should be. 11 and 16. Let's see, 11 and 16 are in different 12s or grids. They're in different columns. They're not odd and even. 1 to 18. Okay, so let's just go $10 on red.
No more bets.
We have a black 31. So we're going to double the bet on red.
No more bets.
Okay, so now we're going to go from $20 to $40 on red.
No more bets.
Okay, black again. So now we're going to go to $80.
No more bets.
Using our normal martingale strategy. And there's our red. All right. Okay, so let's see what the next bet should be. We have a 1 and a 10. And those are all in the first grid or first 12. So we're going to bet against the first 12 with triple martingale.
No more bets.
9 red. Okay, we lost that one, but we're still betting against the first grid or first 12 there. So that means we triple the bet to $30 each.
No more bets.
22 black. All right, and we hit. So the reason we're having so much luck doing this is because by using triggers and by looking at what has hit recently, we're increasing our odds of hitting that number. So I hope that this really helps you. Let's look at what's next here. 22 and 9. So 22 and 9, they're in different 12s. Let's see, 22 and 9, they're in different columns. And when there's nothing really there like that, that's when you want to go with just the opposite color on martingale. So let's do red.
No more bets.
Like 26. Okay, and let's double that.
No more bets.
33 black. Okay, so now we go from 20 to 40. And as
No
always,
more
when you're
bets.
playing martingale, as long as you have a big enough startup fund, as long as you hit, you're always making money. So now we're going to go to $80.
No more bets.
And we'll stay on that red. Okay, 35 black. Okay, so now we go to 160 on red.
No more bets.
All right, and we hit. Okay, so last were 18 and 35, which are in different 12s or grids there. And see, 18 and 35, when we look at columns, not in the same column. So that's when we want to go with just the color. So black, $10
No
bet.
more bets.
Okay, 4 black. All right, so we've already won $200 just in probably about 4 or 5 minutes here. So as you can see, this works much better than just doing one system all the way through. You're finding the one that's the best fit for the system at all times just by constantly looking. What would be next? Which ones have, bet against the columns that have the most. Like if the last two were in one column, you bet against that column with triple martingale. If the last two were a first 12, second 12, or third 12, you bet the other two with triple martingale. If you don't have any of that, then always pick the opposite color and use martingale. Make sure to start at a number where you have enough doubling power. And obviously if there's a bunch of reds, you'd want to start with black. So that increases your chances as well. But I hope you learned something today about how to play roulette like a pro instead of just always using the same system. I
No
think the
more
pros, the guys that play professional martingale, I know that I like to always adjust to which system works the best at any given time. So I hope this helps, and this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day.